Hi, this is Nasir Hameed from Saison 73. Very pleased and proud to bring you another 30 years of passion for Formula One in 13 pages. Our new 2009 calendar paying tribute to the Turbo era, Motorsport Memories powered by Turbo. In 1977 at Silverstone, Renault showed up at the British Grand Prix with the first turbocharged car in the history of Formula One motor racing. And another first was Michelin radial tires, and the driver was Jean-Pierre Jabouille, who would play a major part in the history of motor racing 2 years later. The history of turbocharged racing cars in Formula One is now depicted in this beautiful calendar from Saison 73. It's called Motorsport Memories powered by Turbo. Turbo era started in 1977 and went up to the final race in 1988, which was in Australia. On the cover we have the great French racing legend Alain Prost. He started his career with McLaren but got his first win with Renault Turbo Power on his home soil Dijon-Prenois in 1981. And he's on the cover at Monaco. Beautiful shot. And another unique feature of this calendar is an interview with the gentleman who turbocharged Formula One, Francois Casteen. He was the head of Renault's technical department and designed the engine that was used in the first turbo program with Renault starting in 1977. And his interview is very interesting because he talks about how Keith Duckworth, the famous DFE British engineer, was not sold on turbo concept and even went to the extent of telling Ken Tyrrell not to take Renault turbo engines as turbo will not work. And he talks about meeting Keith Duckworth at Monza in 1979 and having a beer and talk about, how this thing has turned around. So it's very interesting, and this is for passionate fans of Formula One. Let's do a Bob Seger and turn the page. For January we have Micheli Alvarado in a beautiful shot taken at the Österreichring Austrian Grand Prix. Micheli Alvarado was a great Italian driver, Italy's best hope since Alberto Ascari. Unfortunately, things did not work out for him. His great victory was in 1985 over Alain Prost in the German Grand Prix, and unfortunately, very sadly, he was killed testing a Le Mans Audi racer a few years ago in Germany. In February, we have Nelson Piquet, a man from Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, driving this beautiful Gordon Murray designed Brabham BMW. And he was the first driver in 1983 to win the World Championship on turbo power. And this car can now be seen in the BMW Museum in Munich. Then we have Super Rat, Niki Lauda, a legend from the 1970s. He won 3 World Championships, 2 with Ferrari, and his third and final was won by half a point over Alain Prost in 1984. And they were using a turbo engine designed and developed by Porsche, but it was known as TAG Porsche because TAG, which is owned by Mansour Ojeh, who is now partner in Ron Dennis's McLaren outfit, they financed the project. Beautiful picture. Then we have the legend of legends, Ayrton Senna da Silva from Brazil, Sao Paulo. He is shown in the first car he drove in Formula One, the Tolman Turbo. Tolman Company actually made their fame and fortune in trucking business. Ted Tolman was the guy, and they had the hot turbo engine. And if anybody wants to know anything about Ayrton Senna and his talent, just read about the 1984 Monaco Grand Prix, where he cut down a 25-second lead of Alain Prost and basically passed him before the race was red flagged, and this was all in the rain. This is the Canadian legend Gilles Villeneuve from Montreal in the Canadian Grand Prix of 1981, which was unfortunately his last Grand Prix, home Grand Prix I should say, and he was killed in an accident during qualifying in Belgium. And his first victory came on home soil at the circuit which is now named after him, Gilles Villeneuve Circuit in Montreal in 1978. Then we have what the Italian fans used to call Il Leone, Nigel Mansell. And this man was probably the hardest ever won or most deserved championship was done by Nigel Mansell. He toiled for years and years and years and finally got his first victory in 1985 at Brands Hatch and was world champion in 1982 with Williams. And this here he is shown with Renault turbo power and the beautiful JPS Lotus. Then we have runaway René Arnoux. René Arnoux was with Ferrari after he left Renault, and at Renault in 1982 at Paul Ricard, he was told again and again to slow down and let teammate Alain Prost win the race, and he would not listen, and that ended his relationship with the Renault team. Went to Ferrari, and now he has been doing some commentary for Italian TV. René Arnoux, originally from Grenoble, France. Then we have Ricardo Tracy, who till this year had the record of most Grand Prix starts, 256, which was beaten this year by Rubens Barrichello. And here he's driving this beautiful Brabham BMW designed by Gordon Murray, sponsored by Olivetti, the old Italian typewriter company. Patrese is from Padova in Italy, and this is the car in 1986 in which his teammate Elio De Angelis was unfortunately killed while testing at Paul Ricard in France. For September we have Mr. Debonair, Mr. Hollywood, Patrick Tambay. Patrick Tambay is a French driver. He was very good friends with Gilles Villeneuve, and when Gilles Villeneuve was killed, he replaced him at Ferrari, drove his number 27. Here it's shown at Brands Hatch, and he won the 1982 German Grand Prix after Pironi was severely injured in the other Ferrari, and also won the 83 Imola Grand Prix. Patrick Tambay raced and went to school here in Colorado in the US and won the Can-Am Championship twice. His son Adrian is now racing in Europe Junior Series. October we have Keke Rosberg, the original Finn, very abrasive, very abrupt and very quick. He won the championship in a normally aspirated car in 1982 with only one win, and that was in the Swiss Grand Prix, of all the places, at Dijon-Prenois, because they don't allow motor racing in Switzerland since the 1955 Le Mans disaster. Here he is shown leading Niki Lauda of Austria, and Keke Rosberg's son is now driving for the same team, Williams. And then we have November, the French tragedy, Didier Pironi. Didier Pironi had a very contentious relationship with Gilles Villeneuve, pretty much like Alonso and Hamilton. And this all started at the Imola Grand Prix, San Marino Grand Prix of 1982, where legend has it that he cheated Villeneuve. But if you get a chance to watch the race, you won't buy that propaganda that he cheated. They were racing hard, both of them passing each other throughout the race, and at the end on the last lap, Pironi pulled a fast one, went on the outside, won the race. And here he is shown at Monaco in his number 22. And this Ferrari, one of the most beautiful Ferraris, C126, was designed by Dr. Harry Postlethwaite. In December we close out with Alain Prost. He won the final Grand Prix of the Turbo era in 1988 with Marlboro McLaren Honda power, and he also won 2 World Championships with the Porsche tag engine in 85 and 86. Great racing legend from France. So folks, this calendar, Motorsports Memories, powered by Turbo, is available at saison73.com. That's www.saison73.com, or you can call 408-569-3900. Operators are standing by.